Received your assessment task today in class, so I said that I would provide you with a video that would show you how to complete this task. So this is an extended response and its weighting is 30%. It will be handed out today and the due date will be in week 9 on the Friday, okay, due to you being at camp. So going through the task now, on the return of this assessment task, you'll be provided with feedback on the task as a whole, as well as individualized feedback from the marker. Each of you will receive feedback of strengths on the response, as well as areas of improvement and ways that you can improve. You will complete a self-evaluation of a task prior to receiving your assessment grade from your HISI teacher. Failure to submit this task on that Friday in week 9 will require you to complete the late assessment task form and either submit this to me during our next lesson if you're not present, or on the next day that you're in attendance. A decision will be made using this information that you provide on this form. This may result in a loss of a grade each day the task is late, or no grade is awarded. Okay, going through the task now. So, in Year 10 Commerce course, you've been undertaking a unit of work called Law Society Integrated with Law in Action and Political Involvement. In this unit, students develop an understanding of how laws affect individuals and groups and regulate society. This task will cover these core ideas and allow you to further engage your writing and communication skills. In classes, you've been learning about using the legal system and accessing the law. To further build upon your knowledge and understanding and writing skills, you will complete an extended response question. Okay, this is a take-home task. This question will be on the barriers to accessing the law. We went through some of these in class yesterday. Your extended response will be submitted in your allocated lesson in week 9. Okay, for our class that will be on Friday, and I will give you further explanation as to how this will be submitted on Friday. Your assessment task will need to be printed. Digital copies will not be accepted. So your extended response question is, explain how 3 factors affect an individual's access to the law. In your extended response, you will need to refer to at least one opportunity for individuals to access the law, and at least one difficulty individuals may face in accessing the law. You will need to include at least 3 sources, so that's media articles, legal cases, legislations, those type of examples to help support your response. You will need to select the 3 factors from the list below. So you need to choose at least one difficulty, one opportunity, and your other option may either be the opportunity or difficulty. So in the end, you will have either 2 difficulties and 2 opportunities and one of the other, or vice versa. I think the best way to also do this is when you do a difficulty, you want to try relate it to an opportunity, because if there is a difficulty, it means, well, there's that opportunity or that option to try and improve in it. So an example for that would be cost. So if a case is too costly for someone, well, then they can receive legal aid. Okay, so you'll talk about cost in your first paragraph and then build it into legal aid in your second one, and then bring up your third factor again. Okay, or you can do 2 difficulties and then an opportunity overall, or 1 difficulty and 2 opportunities overall. Okay, if you want to go ahead and do 2 of each, that's fine as well. Okay, but you won't receive the extra marks, but let's just say that you only managed to explain 2 of your 3 properly originally. Okay, at least if you did 4 and you explained 3 in a detailed fashion, okay, or detailed manner I should say, then you would improve your grade. So your difficulties are cost, time, procedures, and language. Okay, these are the barriers to access law that you took notes on yesterday. Opportunities, okay, you will need to research this. Okay, the textbook will have a bit of information on this, but opportunities include community justice centres, alternative dispute resolution, legal aid, e-law websites, and pro bono work. You will also need to provide a bibliography of at least 4 references used in your research, including your sources. So if you're including 3 sources up here, media article, legal cases, legislation, if you use the textbook as another source, okay, that's already 4 references. Okay, the website you use as well, add them in. So in the end, it should not be hard to hit 4 references at all. Okay, remember that explain means to relate to cause and effect, make the relationships between things evident, provide the why and or how. Use an extended response structure and paragraphs in your response. Okay, it's important to make sure you use spacing in your assessment task. Okay, do not just submit a task that's written with not a single space between anything. Okay, because for structure for that, although you may have written an introduction, paragraph, and conclusion, okay, that's probably the difference between a 10 and even a 6. Be sure to use the technical language as well as the language of explanation. Okay, so I would have provided you with that with your pre-test today. I gave you a screenshot of how you can use some cause and effect language or the language of explanation. Technical language, so use some correct legal terminology in your response. So some of the key terms that we've learned about already, implement that into your response. Okay, you're assessing your ability to explain in detail how 3 factors affect an individual's access to the law, using at least 1 opportunity and 1 difficulty, and appropriately refer to at least 3 sources. So the sources that you use, they need to make sense, or they need to relate directly to what your opportunity or difficulty is. Okay, there's no use in you chucking in legislation that is irrelevant. Provide a correctly formatted alphabetical Harvard-style bibliography of at least 4 references used in your research. And again, that well-structured extended response with your legal terminology. Okay, for those students choosing to do the extension option, okay, you would just need to assess the impact of 4 factors affecting an individual's access to the law. So you would need to refer to a variety of opportunities and a variety of difficulties. So 2 of each would be good there as well. Okay. Assess means to make a judgment of value, quality, outcomes, result, or size. Okay. For this, you need to use technical language as well as the language of judgment, opinion, and evaluation. So you'll be assessed on how well you can assess in detail the impact of 4 factors affecting an individual's access to the law, using a variety of both opportunities and difficulties, and again, appropriately referring to this time at least 4 sources. Okay, so you had 3 sources in your option A, so option B extension, you need at least 4 sources of media articles, legal cases, legislation. Okay, for your Harvard-style bibliography, it's at least 4 references, but you should be hitting that regardless. If you're doing the option B, you should be hitting even 8 references in my opinion. Okay, and provide that well-structured extended response, including an introduction. Okay, if there's any other further questions, I'll be able to answer them in class. And we will have an assessment lesson to work on this in week 8. So, thank you.